Hi guys, we are on live right now. We have a microphone here. I'm going to try not to talk into it like that. I'm Troy Bridges, live here with you on Facebook as well as clickorlando.com and on YouTube. And we're here to give you the very latest on what is happening with what will likely be the first named storm of our season. That name would be Alex. We've had a lot of people ask questions over the past few days as to what happened to Agatha, why it wouldn't be named Agatha still. It lost its center of circulation over Mexico, and as that happened, it really sort of died out. And so now, as it regenerates, it gets a new name because it's moving into Atlantic waters, technically the Gulf of Mexico, and it gets an Atlantic name, and that would be Alex. Hasn't happened yet. A lot of people have also asked, what is this deal with the potential tropical cyclone 1? Well, this started in 2017 as a way to get warnings out earlier, even before there was a definite storm or a definite circulation with the system. This is not technically strong enough or organized enough to get the name and to be a tropical storm, but it is strong enough to get those warnings out. So there are warnings, there are tropical storm warnings in effect for our southern counties. That's going to be Brevard County and for Osceola County as well as Polk County. And that means that tropical storm conditions are likely within the next 36 hours. So let's show you the reason it's not all that organized and the reason it hasn't gotten that technical name yet is that you can see most of the convection or storminess is off to the east of the center of circulation, and there's no closed low. You don't see any real circulation. You just see a big old blob off of Cancun. Now it is making a move to the north and to the northeast. Right now, technically to the northeast at 6 miles per hour. It does have some winds at 40 miles per hour. That is from the hurricane hunters. They did see 40-mile-per-hour winds, which technically in the past would be a tropical storm, but we're not seeing enough of those other parameters that I mentioned for it to technically be called a tropical storm or even a depression yet. So again, the very latest right now, as of the 8 a.m. advisory, it has some gusts up to 50 miles per hour. It's moving northeast at 6. You can see the center of circulation really off of land now as we show you that official track. We'll get a new track at 11 o'clock this morning, but this track is as of 5 o'clock this morning. The advisory came out at 8, but the track came out at 5 this morning. They don't send a new track until 11. The good news with this cone is that it has shifted farther to the south compared to the 11 p.m. cone that Chief Meteorologist Tom Sorrells was showing. And what that means is we would likely, if this cone holds true, we would likely have less of an impact across central Florida. It does include southern Brevard County. So there it is. We've zoomed in. The timeline would be late tonight, starting to see some rain, and I'm going to show you that with future radar straight ahead. And then through the day tomorrow, as this spins and moves closer to us, it will give us on and off chances for rain. If you've ever been through a weak tropical system before, you know that you see the circulation come in with heavy bands of rain, then some sunshine breaks out, then heavy bands of rain, then sunshine again. So that's really the setup, even for Brevard and Osceola counties as we head into Saturday. So don't expect it to rain all day, all the time. It's not going to do that. We're going to show you what the radar, the future radar looks like. But again, here is the cone zoomed in, only including southern Brevard and southern Osceola counties. That doesn't mean it's not important. Of course, those two counties very important to us. So let's show you why the cone has shifted farther to the south. Mainly because many of the models, most of the models, are in agreement that it would likely move, at least the center of circulation would move south of the Orlando metro, possibly into southern Brevard. See, as I zoom in, these lines, each one indicates what a different computer model believes that this system will do. And I see a couple of them, one moving over Brevard, one moving over Orange, but the majority of them are trending like the track is trending farther to the south. And so even if this strengthens enough to be a tropical storm, and we put the center of that storm on top of Melbourne, which could happen because Melbourne is technically in the cone or just south of Melbourne in the cone. So that means you could, at worst case scenario, have the center of a tropical storm over areas just south of Melbourne. Even if that happens, the worst we would see likely in that area would be some tropical storm force wind gust, as well as some rain totaling possibly 5 to 6 inches on the upper end, but I'm going to show you the models which show a lot less than that for Central Florida. So again, those are all of the spaghetti plots on what those computer models think will happen. Now, here we go, the future radar. This is our in-house computer model telling us what the rain is going to look like. And notice the clock at the top of the screen. As we take you into tonight, rain chances do go up, but notice the green. That is light rain, and that is for most of Central Florida with a few pockets of heavier downpours. The yellow and red indicating some heavier rain, and that is again, just as the cone is indicating, southern and central Osceola, as well as most of Brevard, but mainly central and southern Brevard. So northern Brevard, like the rest of Central Florida, likely to see light rain first. And then notice as that spin moves closer to Fort Myers, that's an area that would possibly see a tropical storm make landfall sometime early in the morning tomorrow. There you go. Saturday at 4 a.m., a possible landfall of, at worst case scenario, tropical storm moving onshore. What do we look like? All of Central Florida covered with green, which would indicate mostly light rain with a couple of pockets of heavier downpours. That was the future radar. Now we're showing you the model data, the model prediction of rain totals. So this takes you all the way through the end of Saturday when most of the rain comes to an end. By Sunday, most of this is out of here altogether. So Saturday by 9 p.m., look at that. Rain totals don't look all that impressive. We could actually use more rain than this. At less than 2 inches for Melbourne, just over 1.5 inches for Melbourne. Just south of Melbourne, though, some heavier downpours, up to 3 inches, possibly 4 inches, where you're seeing that red shading for areas like Mico. That can't be ruled out. But for central zones, including Orlando and Sanford, about 1/4 inch. It's showing Leesburg with a pocket a little heavier than that, more than 1/2 inch. So there could be pockets where we have heavier rain, but the majority of us will not see more than 1 inch, certainly less than 1 inch, according to what we're showing here. So when we say impacts, our impacts are really going to be felt in Osceola and Brevard, but mostly in Brevard, with rain up to 3 inches possible. We could see some pockets heavier than that, with wind gusts greater than 45 miles per hour. And again, the rain comes late tonight into early tomorrow, as I showed you with the future radar just moments ago. So for today, most of us will be dry. We'll see a 30% coverage of rain and a high of 91. The rain really comes into play as we get into tonight. So there is the clouds and rain forecast now zoomed in on our area, stopping the clock at 2 p.m. A few of those showers building in, 1 or 2 heavier downpours after 2. In fact, a couple of thunderstorms can't be ruled out ahead of this system, but it all moves from the south to the north. There's 11 p.m. More coverage, especially in southern zones. That's Osceola, Brevard County, southern Orange County. Then we get a break. Then we get more rain. There's 9 a.m. on Saturday. Most of the bulk of the rain in southern Brevard County, exactly as that track is indicating. You see all those yellows and reds and oranges. That's on top of Melbourne and points south of Melbourne. Then by late Saturday, there's Saturday at 8:30. The whole thing is pushed out according to the model here. So by Sunday, we'll still see some wraparound moisture, a chance for some rain, but most of the heaviest rain over with late on Saturday. How many minutes? 5 minutes. I have 5 minutes until my television cut in. But here we go. If you're just tuned in on Facebook or on clickorlando.com, we have gone through the whole scenario here. Highs today there near 90 degrees, and we're going to continue with rain chances at 30% this afternoon. I'm going to back things up just in case you're just tuned in. Stacy, do we have questions? You can throw one out at me if anyone on Facebook is asking. Our wonderful Stacy is here.
Rachel says good morning.
Rachel, good morning to you. Thank you, Rachel. Thank you, Stacy. Stacy is our guru here behind the scenes on Facebook and all our social media platforms. So if you're just tuned in, wherever you are, we're showing you the 8 a.m. advisory, and it has not changed since what we were showing you early this morning at 5 o'clock. The official track looks like this. It does take it south of the Orlando Metro, but it does include far southern Brevard and far southern Osceola counties. The timeline again would be late tonight into early tomorrow when we begin to see some rain move in. Just a few areas of rain, some pockets here and there, and then heavier downpours coming after that. Now I have to go and get ready for the television cut-in, but again, the official track has shifted a little bit farther south. Still not a tropical storm because it still is a bit jagged. Most of the convection or storminess is off to the east of the center of circulation. The center of circulation is just north of the Yucatan Peninsula, which means it does have more of that warm water to work with, but it also has upper level winds, what we call wind shear, that will help sort of suppress it from being a strong tropical storm. It's likely to have winds up to 40, possibly 45 miles per hour. I'm running to do TV now. Thank you very much on all the platforms. We'll stay in touch.